item this evening. It's bond financing for Fremont, and you have some distinguished guests, and they brought an armored car full of money, I understand.
That's the plan. I'd like to introduce two folks, Alice Ostick, and she's with Stradling, Yoker, Carlson, and Roth. She's the bond attorney. She's quite well aware of the city. I think you go back to 19 or 8.
Work on this last financing that we did back in 2003.
There you go. So anyway, and so she knows the city quite well, and I've worked with her for a number of years on other deals as well. So we're very fortunate to have her. She's a native of Kitsap County. She lives on David Drive. David Ferguson, we go back to 1989, I think. And he's with D.A. Davidson. He's an investment banker, and he's been doing this for that number of years. Our first deal was a juvenile justice center in Chelan County, which has been paid off.
Successful.
Yeah, it all worked out. So we've been working with them now, and some of you met them through the years on different transactions. We've been working on this off and on for a couple of years, fairly seriously looking how we can put together the bond transaction. So what they're here to do is Dave will talk you through the actual borrowing portion of this, and then Alice will step over and talk about some of the legal constraints and challenges, and to make sure that we structure this correctly as we move through this to find the borrowing to be at the time that we receive the bids, so that the borrow that portion would be the city portion. So with that, I'll just let Dave kick it off.
Thank you all. We have a handout. Just, where's Scott?
Not only here, but in Trinity.
Thank you.
Sir?
Dave lives in Grandview, Garland as well.
Praise
Did I
God.
say that?
Well, thanks everyone. As Al mentioned, I'm Dave Trageser. I'm Managing Director of D.A. Davidson. I have been doing this for 30 years. But what I'd like to talk about today is just talk about a hypothetical schedule. And we're going to try to gear that towards your potential bid opening. And we've got that later on in May. And so we time the issuance of the bonds around that. You eventually approve the action item, which is the bond ordinance that Alice is going to draft at the same time as you consider the bid opening. And then we'd actually close the bonds later in June. And at that point, we wire transfer the proceeds to the city treasurer, and he invests those proceeds, and then they're drawn down to pay for the project as they're needed. So our schedule is on page 1, and this is a very just tentative hypothetical schedule. We're at the work study session tonight. We've been starting the process of doing what we call due diligence, and that's the research needed for a bond issue, because when bonds are sold, investors are provided information about the city in a prospectus. We call it an official statement. And we go to get a bond rating from a rating agency, and then the bonds are priced, marketed, and sold thereafter. So we have to put in the legwork first, do the updates for the disclosure document, the official statements. We're working with the city treasurer. They provide a lot of information already. That's going to be consolidated by our staff, redistributed for comments, questions, and then we go to a rating agency. And then and we put some of that kind of just hypothetical dates on the schedule here. You'll see S&P meeting conference call later in May on the 24th. That's after on the 23rd, which is the date we've highlighted, coming back to the council for final approval of what we call the delegation bond ordinance, and you accepting the bids for the project as they come in. The participants in a bond financing are on the following page. All of Alan's staff, Mark's reviewing information as well, city attorney, other folks in the treasurer's group, my team at D.A. Davidson, Alice's team, and then we have other people in the transaction. In Washington, The state treasurer has negotiated a contract for all local governments to be paying agent and registrar. In other words, people keep track of the payments that go to bondholders and correspond with that. And so US Bank has that contract currently, and so there's a lot of efficiencies for them being paying agent and registrar. The cost is very low for that. And then, as I mentioned, the rating agency, we go to an independent third-party rating agency to review the credit for the bonds. The higher the rating, the lower the borrowing costs for the bonds. And the city is an excellent credit. You have very little debt outstanding. The city hall bonds get paid in the next few years. The financial condition of the city is good, cash flow. And so we expect to get a good investment grade rating when we go to S&P. We'll be working with the Treasurer's Office, and we'll be putting together a presentation for that with Standard & Poor's later in May. Next, I'll just talk a little bit about the bond market. And on page 3 is just a 5-year history of a composite benchmark called the Bond Buyer Index. This isn't your borrowing cost, but it tracks tax-exempt bond market